and welcome to another exciting episode of the Whovians. And today we're going to be discussing the great, fantastic Time Heist. And today we have with us, Beef Dad with us. How you doing, Beef Dad?
Hi, good. Here?
Yes, we have Beef Head with us.
Hello. It's fantastic that we've got so many people here today.
We have Jimmy here with us.
Hello.
We have Lee.
Hey.
Hey. And our buddy from Canada, we have Daniel here.
Hi.
Hey. We have Bill.
Hey.
Hey, we got the host of the Doctor Who radio show, the ever so sexy David Aston is here with us.
Hello, everyone, and Neo. Hello.
Hello. And we have the lovely Neo here with us today.
Yes. I'll be here for a little bit.
All right. Sweet. We have Texas Tim with us from Texas. How you doing?
Howdy.
Hey. We got Brian here.
How you doing, people?
What's going on, man? Yes, today we are going to be discussing Time Heist, starring Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. And David Aston wanted to do the synopsis today for us, so take it away there, Slick.
Hello, everyone. That's the way it goes. Welcome to this wonderful podcast. A very sort of balanced and positive introduction here, which makes me a complete hypocrite considering my last video on it. Time Heist, written by Stephen Moffat and Stephen Thompson, who previously wrote The Curse of the Black Spot in 2011. This is about a bank, a very, very powerful, literally the only people who can have this bank to deposit whatever they want to deposit and withdraw. I'm an expert on that, is basically the most richest people in the galaxy. I mean, this is like a super ultra rich person's sort of, sort of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy type thing. And needless to say, there was a heist involving the Doctor, Clara, and two other people, but we don't know why they're there and who's pulling the strings. And from then on, the episode is anyone's sort of burglary, really. So let's break in to what made this work or didn't work. Time Heist. Time to get it on the road.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Well, today we'll start with Neo, since you might have to drop out. What were your thoughts on this episode, Neo?
The plot, the story-wise, it was okay. Story-wise, it wasn't like the best story ever, but the characters I thought were pretty decent. I liked what was that guy's name? Was it Sid? The cyborg guy? I think we said you're the professional detachment. I like that. I liked when he said that. That really got me. I said, that's cool. That's kind of like that's how I think he is in a sense now. Capaldi, he was great, even though it was a really bad, it's not a bad, it's like, a classic Whovian kind of thing, where you have a good episode, and then you have a ghost light, and there you go, saying that, even though I do love the Ace and McCoy, ghost light is not that good. But it was pretty good nonetheless. I liked it. I'd watch it.
Cool.
It's actually written before they cast Peter Capaldi, so that might explain why he was, it was the sort of Matt Smith flapping his hands around.
Right, and they did have to erase their memories to keep the teller off their backs, so the teller wasn't able to,
Plus, he didn't know what the actual mission was until the very end, right? When they found out that they were rescuing the species instead of robbing a bank. Isn't that the case?
Yeah. But I see that Beef Dad looks a bit bothered. Let's see what he has to say about this episode. Beef Dad.
I think it was very good. Loved the dialogue. I think it was excellently written and brilliantly delivered. Storylining, superb. Obviously, to me, the reason that Capaldi had to wipe his own memory was he had foreknowledge. He knew he was rescuing someone, and he had to get mental vampire guy on his side, and the only way he could do that was to open his mind and let him look into the memories and then find out what the doctor was actually doing. Otherwise, it would have been dead people, which wouldn't have been a lot of help to anybody. Guy was excellent for the guy who could wipe his own memory to protect people, and because he loved people, and his wish was to get his memories back. The girl that was a shape changer, she wanted to be normal. She wanted to have a normal life. So it basically wasn't just about saving the species. It was about saving Sai. It was about saving the shape changer and giving her a normal life, which is what she wanted. Perhaps a little bit Matt Smithy in places, but not really enough to put me off. And just the right balance of humour. Just the right balance of humour to keep me wanting to watch, to find out what was going to happen. To be perfectly honest, I think it's probably one of the best episodes so far.
Oh, nice. Nice, man. Well, let's take a trip down to the dark side. Let's go with Vil. Let's see what Vil has to say about this episode.
Actually, there's not much that I could do that I could say that wouldn't be repeating what Beef Dad there just said. And you know me, I am a huge critic of Moffat, and even with people who I genuinely like, I will call them on stuff where I disagree. Overall, I really liked it, and it did certainly have elements of classic Who to it. So it was a turn in the right direction. That said, it doesn't mean I'm letting Moffat off of the hook by any means, but when something's good, I'm going to acknowledge it. So yeah, good things here, and I can't really say more than that. I'm just repeating what was just said.
Oh, well, sweet, bro, sweet. Thank you. Let's see what Daniel, our buddy over in Canada, thought of this episode. What do you think, man?
I liked it. When it first started, I was like, what's going on, you know, because like it started like in the middle of the thing, you know, and I kind of liked it. It had a kind of Indiana Jones feel to it. Remember how Indiana Jones was like in the middle of a mission in the beginning of a movie? So that it kind of had that kind of feel to it. I just loved it. And, you know, the whole thing where that big creature was doing what it was doing because it needed to protect what it was, you know, it needed to protect one of its own. Otherwise, you know, if it didn't play along, you know, that thing would have been killed. So it had no choice. So it was great. The whole thing was just so really, really good. And also that thing, like unlocking the doctor's memories through that psychic thing, that was pretty cool. I was like, uh-oh, you know, the doctor's going to turn his brain into soup. I was wondering what was going to happen there for a second. So yeah, it was cool.
Well, it seems as though Mike has disappeared to somewhere. So who would like to go next? How about Monk? How about Monk and Magnesia?
Well, I went in not knowing whether I was going to like the episode or not, was hoping I would, and was pleasantly surprised that I did. I really enjoyed the episode. When you get the big reveal at the end, it's very much like a Sylvester McCoy episode in his latter years, where you find out the doctor was in control all the time, and the reason why he was doing it shows the doctor still has his heart. The doctor still is a good man. I really enjoyed the episode. Douglas McKinnon, I believe, is the director, and he did a great job directing. The music and the direction combined together was great. Capaldi, terrific as usual. If you really, really want to nitpick the episode, there's no reason the phone should be ringing, because they established in the empty child that the phone's not connected to anything. It shouldn't ring. Other than that, it's an enjoyable episode. I think it is one of the best this season.
Oh my Golden Bennett, everyone. I am being completely thrashed by all the happy, shiny people. But what about Lee? What about Lee all the way in Colchester?
Hull, not Colchester. Get it right.
Oh, cool.
Well, I was quite pleased with this one. This is what everything Doctor Who should be about. Great monster, great story, great acting.
Hey, sorry to jump in here, but I'm basically starting to fade right now, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off before I get into stupid o'clock. So thanks for having me on, and you guys have a great day.
What would your rating be before you go, Vil?
My rating, I give this episode a 7.
Beefhead Jr., have you gone already?
No, I'm still with you. I will be, along with you, Dave, a dissenting voice. For me, the staging of it, the monster, even the acting, the music were all superb. They're all in fitting with it. You've got a very sort of Ocean's 11 type feel to it.
Yeah.
The way the story's done. You've got, harks back to McCoy. You've got the Machiavellian sort of guy he's got the plan in place and everything like that. I don't like to crap on the show because we all love it very much, and it's self-encapsulated. It's a standalone story, you could say, but I just really, really was not feeling it. It's paradoxical in the sense of, well, he's giving her the number at the end of it, and then he's getting the phone number at the start of it. There's no into it. Okay, story arcs are across the season are generally not liked, or they are liked, but you couldn't find it into this episode for me, and I really didn't like it. The ending smacked of Hyde, where you've got the two monsters walking off into the sunset, virtually claw and hoof, however you want to look at it. But I would agree. Cy would be a good companion. He was good. Keeley Hawes was great as Del Fox, but you also had smackings of Voyage of the Damned as well. You've got Carabraxos hidden away in a vault at the bottom, a private vault at the bottom. So I liked Curse of the Black Spot. I wasn't that keen on Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, and I wasn't this keen on this. I was hoping that the writer was really going to pull something back, pull himself out the mire, because he's generally frowned upon with this. But I just didn't like it. I really didn't. For me, I feel it's been the weakest of this season. For me, it has been the weakest of this season. You can have clunkers somewhere, and sure, it may put me out on the outskirts on this one, but I really, really did not feel it. I felt it was contrived. I felt it was, for me, predictable. For the casual viewer, which was my family who were with me, they struggled at points to keep with it. But it was. I came away with it feeling a little bit shortchanged. I think you can't take trailers as everything. You can't take trailers as everything, and I try and go into every episode with that expectation, completely blank. We had in the trailer, we had all the flashing up of all the different characters that we all know and love from the past, and that was it was throwaway.
Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt shortchanged for it. For me, it was the not the best one so far. I don't want to say hate, because that's the wrong way to talk about the show.
Nah, it's not that. It wasn't exactly the most worst Doctor Who episode, but
so monster great, setting great, music great, acting was great, but the story
mediocre.
Poop.
Sorry. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Okay.
Neil, what do you rate the episode, Neil?
I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Okay.
But I think we should turn to Brian and Tim Wells. Sign here, but what did you think, Tim Wells?
Well, I would agree with some of Beef's points there. It isn't the best episode of the season, but I would hardly say it was that bad. I mean, I think it's one of those things where, I think people that viewed the trailer thought they were going to get something else out of it, and we remember everybody ended up analyzing who was in the photos. So everybody thought it was going to be a big deal. And like you said, it ended up being a throwaway point. I mean, but as far as the episode itself, I think it's one of those ones that could have benefited from maybe 5 or 10 more minutes, if anything, just to develop the guest characters who were really cool. Sai and the lady's name I don't recall, but they were very good. The leads were great as usual. Capaldi and Coleman never failed to impress. Their dialogue is back and forth is always great. Keely Hawes did great. I thought she was fine. The only thing I would take away a point is that I guess upon rewatching, when you know what's going to happen, it's not as fun trying to figure it out while you're watching it. It's one of those things where they spell everything out for you at the end. So it becomes one that you probably aren't going to want to return to that often. But on the other hand, like Beef Dad said, it is a perfect classic Who kind of setup and payoff. So all around, I would say it was worthy. I mean, I'm not going to say it was poop. It's hardly the best one so far, but it's hardly the worst episode ever. I mean, again, it's one of those ones.
Oh, well, sorry, guys. I was having technical difficulties. My computer decided to restart in the middle of us doing this. Who took over?
Now we're going to go over to Brian. Sorry, Mike. You can have your... this is the David Aston show now.
Oh, yeah? All right, go ahead. I'll give you another one.
You'll go, Brian. He'll add something interesting.
Well, I thought of this episode was it was good. I liked it. I like the whole concept. It was a break into a bank. They had to do a mission. I like that kind of thing. It was very interesting, and I especially love the twist at the end that it was a rescue mission instead of a robbery. Clara was good in it. I liked her in it. Yeah, I really enjoyed the episode. I didn't see any problems with any of it. I especially like that one of the other things I liked at the end was when the creature was scanning the doctor's brain. He mentioned few of the things from his past 3 generations.
Oh,
I really like that. I really enjoyed the episode.
All right, Dave, thanks for your help there, buddy.
well, as I said before in my original review on YouTube, that's the way it goes, and I'm Straight Edge Whovian channel, I just thought that Keely Hawes was good, but she was not properly written. She was not really given terribly much to do. And she's an awesome actress when she's given a good script. Yeah, the whole timey-wimey thing, you've already had that episode before. We've listened, that was timey-wimey type stuff. You know, it had a sort of big twist, and that's the problem. If you have an episode before that has a big twist or a similar theme, it dilutes and sort of pollutes the impact of the episode following it with the same thing. I love Hustle, and this had a similar sort of, narrative thing, but it was crap. It was complete crap, most of it. And the cows, it's a bit ironic people compare it to Hyde, because the end was like a cow's hide, really. We're going off into a field, presumably, to spend the rest of the day having cow sex or something. And, Peter Capaldi is just being served just like Matt Smith, with mediocre scripts. Think they're fast, clever than they really think. I did, to be fair, like the Shapeshifter, but she was sort of written badly. And, where the hell did they get the TARDIS from? Why did those two all of a sudden turn out to be having faked their own deaths? It didn't explain it. And why, after seeing the Doctor show so much lack of concern about their deaths, weren't they pissed off with him? Instead, they were sharing Chinese food in the TARDIS. If it'd been me, I would have taken one of those pack of Chinese noodles and shoved it. I mean, seriously. And, it just cringe-worthy, some of it. The sets were lovely. I did actually like the idea of that, grey-haired bloke turning out to be the shapeshifter, because that was a good twist. Just letting it speak for itself. Time Heist is, again, it had a sudden change. It went from being, to one thing to another. But the sad thing is, that twist about, it wasn't actually wealth they were trying to get. It was actually the cow, whatever the hell it was, shrimp creature, trying to save his loved one, which was a nice twist. The most valuable thing is what it's, what the most valuable thing for all of us isn't money, it isn't fame, it's what's close to our heart. And it was just muddled. The viewer couldn't sort of go along with the ride because they kept bloody changing it all the time. So Time Heist was the one thing it should have been striving for the most. Wasn't what was in the vault, but what was in the script, being appealing to the and not confusing to the viewer.
You're calling it time waste, not time heist, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, he called it something worse last night.
Time shite. Time to sort of stop trying to be so clever and just let characters speak for themselves. And stop trying to do timey-wimey. It's become timey. It's the best McDonald's advert ever. Because after they have sex and whatever, I bet they got put into somebody's burger.
Well, there you go. There you go, Dave.
Don't sell my beef products.
Thank you for your positive reaction on Time Heist. Let's hear from a casual viewer of Doctor Who here. Let's hear from the great Jennifer here. Go ahead, Jennifer. What did you think of this episode?
Hey, guys. I just want to say that I really liked it. Reminded me of Saul from the beginning, having their memories erased by those cute little worms, to the end of, freeing that wonderful creature. So I really liked it. I'm going to go with a 10. I did. But, all right, that's me. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your in-depth review on the episode. And he gave it a 10. 10's all around for her to pass this season.
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to
8 in the set. What? 7 was the first one.
All right. Well, at least you're enjoying it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting her out of the kitchen again, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't clean up in here. That makes noise.
All right.
But well, so far, like I said, she's enjoying it, so that's a plus for me because she'll actually, sit there and watch it with me. So, loving Capaldi. But you know what? How I felt about it, I enjoyed it. Like she said, I did. In the beginning, you had the whole. Like I know you, like they say that they wrote this script before they decided on the Doctor, but I guess they kind of after. I guess they let him put some of his input in it because you definitely see. His characteristics as a Doctor as well, especially with him and Clara in the beginning, where she's trying to look all pretty and he's looking at her like, what? Like he doesn't notice, he doesn't care, which I'm loving. I'm loving Clara and the Doctor's interaction this season. That's my main thing. So far, their interaction has been a 10 in all 5 episodes. When I thought it was cool when he picked up the phone and then bam, they're somewhere else with their minds erased. It did. Like she said, it did because we were talking about it while we were watching it. It did remind me of Saul a little bit, where you had like Jigsaw talking, through the loudspeaker. Like, oh man, they're gonna have to, do a task like a Saul task, but nothing that gruesome. But that would make for a cool Doctor Who episode, in my opinion. I do like some of the earlier Saw movies. The first 3 were cool. But yeah, as far as the whole plot, I thought it was pretty decent. This episode, there was a lot of running in this episode. A lot of running, maybe like the most we've seen. You know, down the corridors.
Is everything okay down there? Yeah.
Yeah, going through the you know, the little holes. Just a lot of running, a lot of hiding. So it was cool in that aspect. For me, the episode seemed like it was only 20 minutes long. It went by so fast. Now, I did like the idea of the teller, that creature. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought he was pretty cool. And I do like how they tied it up at the end where, you know, he was, I guess, doing their dirty deeds because they had his girlfriend or wife, you know, locked up in a room all chained up, you know. It was kind of touching, you know. But I mean, I guess you can nitpick here and there, but I thought all around it was a pretty good episode. I mean, I gave it, again, a definite solid 8. I love, again, with the doctor, you know, doing the call me thing. I don't know where, it's a shame that the shapeshifter gave up her powers because it would have been cool to use her again in an episode, you know, because of her abilities. I was kind of like down on that, but I understand because how can you love somebody and when you touch them or kiss them, you're going to look like them? That would be creepy. So I understand. I thought it was cool. I thought it was fast-paced. It had its funny moments. You still have the doctor doesn't really want hugs from everybody, so that's an A+. Just loving Capaldi. Again, a perfect 10 for Capaldi's performance, and even with the rest of the cast. I thought they did a great job. Episode itself, I gave it a solid 8. It was a decent episode. It wasn't my favorite, you know, of the, you know, stretch so far, but I thought it was a good episode. I would definitely watch it again, and I'm definitely curious if we'll ever see that Teller creature again, you know. Pretty neat looking monster. It was a big copy off of a Star Wars creature a little, but it was still pretty cool. Yeah. But now I guess we'll go down the line. I gave it a solid 8. We'll go down real quick. We'll see what you guys thought of it. Give it a nice, you know, 0 to 10 TARDISes. Let's start with Jimmy. What did you give it, Jimmy?
I'm going to give it a 9 TARDISes. Clara was a companion in this one. She was not the savior of everyone. She didn't solve the problems. The doctor was in charge the whole time. This was a Doctor Who episode. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Lee, what do you say? What do you give it?
My favourite one of this season so far, 10 out of 10.
Oh, beautiful, man. Beautiful. Okay, Beef Dad, give this one.
On this one, 9.5. Because nothing's perfect, but this was possibly the closest that they have come for a very, very long time to a classic Doctor Who episode.
Yeah, groovy. Texas Tim, what do you rate this, my man?
I'll give it an 8. I think, like we established here, it wasn't perfect, but it wasn't complete garbage. So I mean, it was a good episode for what it had to do.
Daniel, what do you rate this, Daniel?
I would give this an 8.5. It was good. It wasn't that good.
All right, Brian, what did you give this, man?
I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9.
Okay, cool. We'll go with Beefhead. What did you give this, man?
Right. Well, as we've done previously, we've said things about Capaldi. Capaldi is always, for me, he's a 10 out of 10. But he's taken a lackluster story and pulled it up. But for me, it's, I want to say 5, but for the purposes of, I've rewatched it once, I'm going to give it a 6. But it is really, for me, I just ain't feeling it. I really am not.
It's understandable, bro. And I guess just we have David Aston. What was your rating on this, my man?
I would give this 2 Batmans and Robins out of 10. And point out that this is actually not as good as Batman and Robin. But, yeah, it's not the worst Doctor Who story, and that's been generous. So, you know, I think those 2 love cows are now having a happy life on someone's plate.
That's it. That's it. As long as they play Born Free at the end of the episode, we'll all be happy. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Well, it looks like we got, for the most part, some positive. It did rub people the wrong way. That's understandable, We're all Whovians here. We all enjoy different types of episodes, They all sink in differently with all of us, and that's cool. That's what this is all about. The love of Doctor Who, because at the end of the day, we're all loving it. We all seem to be loving Capaldi, he's just doing an excellent job. And I'm so happy that, we all seem to be, enjoying him for the most part here and there. Hit or miss, But again, I want to thank everybody for joining us here on this episode of the Whovians. I want you guys to definitely check out our French channels. We got, the Doctor Who radio show by David Aston here. Definitely give that a check. And I guess that pretty much that does.
And also Facebook and Google Plus as well. That you can find the group on there as well.
Yes, yes.
And we're on Twitter. Yeah.
Yes. We're all over the place. And if you guys want to join us in a cast, feel free to contact any of us, and we'll throw you in the right direction, because it's always great to have new people. We'll be back later, and peace and love, and keep on Whoving.